With these can-do videos, you'll see real-life situations where you have to introduce yourself, talk about your family, or give your contact information. So, by the end, you can do them yourself in Korean. This video is a small portion of our can-do course. To get the full course, including translations, grammar tools, and assessment tests, click the link in the description. Welcome to Can Do Korean by KoreanClass101.com.
안녕하세요 여러분, 김소피입니다. Hi everyone, I'm Sophie Kim. In this lesson, you'll learn how to talk about your occupation in Korean.
This is Mark Morris, and he's on a plane to Seoul. He asks the passenger sitting next to him, Min-gyu Moon, "Are you a student?"
학생이에요.
Listen to the conversation and focus on Min-gyu Moon's response. Note, the speakers in this conversation use polite Korean. Ready?
학생이에요.
아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 투자가예요.
Once more with the English translation.
학생이에요.
Are you a student?
아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 투자가예요.
No, I'm not a student. I'm an investor. Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Mark asks, "Are you a student?"
학생이에요.
First is
학생,
student.
학생, 학생,
Next is,
이에요,
here it's like the R in RU.
이에요, 이에요.
Note, the word you is understood from context, as Mark is asking a question, and here the question is formed by the rising intonation. Listen again.
학생이에요? 이에요,
Is from the verb,
이다,
meaning to be.
이다,
Note,
이에요.
follows words that end in a consonant like,
학생,
altogether,
학생이에요?
are you a student?
학생이에요.
Now, let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how Min-gyu Moon says, "No, I'm not a student. I'm an investor."
아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 투자가예요.
First is the expression,
아니요,
meaning no.
아니요, 아니요.
It answers Mark's yes or no question. Are you a student?
학생이에요?
Next, Min-gyu says,
학생이 아니에요.
I'm not a student.
학생이 아니에요.
First is
학생,
student.
학생.
Next is
이,
the subject marking particle.
이.
It marks student as the subject of the sentence. Note, there are two versions of the subject marking particle.
이,
Follows words that end in a consonant, like
학생.
Next is,
아니에요.
here, not I am, but it translates as I am not.
아니에요.
Note, the word I is understood from context, as Mingyu is responding to a question,
아니에요.
is from the verb,
아니다.
meaning to not be.
아니다.
Altogether,
학생이 아니에요.
I'm not a student.
학생이 아니에요.
Finally, Mingyu says,
투자가예요.
I'm an investor.
투자가예요.
First,
투자가.
investor.
투자가. 투자가.
Next is,
예요.
in this case, it's like the am in I am.
예요. 예요.
Note, the word I is understood from context, as the speaker is answering a question,
예요.
is from the verb,
이다.
meaning to be.
이다.
Note,
예요.
follows words that end in a vowel like,
투자가.
together,
투자가예요.
I'm an investor.
투자가예요.
Altogether,
아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 투자가예요.
no, I'm not a student. I'm an investor.
아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 투자가예요.
Note, there are two forms of the subject marking particle.
이.
Follows words that end in a consonant, such as,
학생. 가.
follows words that end in a vowel, such as.
투자가.
Note, there are two polite forms of the verb,
이다.
to be.
이에요.
Follows words that end in a consonant, such as.
학생. 예요.
Follows words that end in a vowel, such as.
투자가.
The pattern is,
아니요. occupation ending in consonant. 이 아니에요. 아니요. occupation ending in vowel. 가 아니에요.
no, I'm not occupation.
actual occupation ending in consonant. 예요. actual occupation ending in vowel. 예요.
I'm actual occupation.
아니요. occupation ending in consonant. 이 아니에요. 아니요. occupation ending in vowel. 가 아니에요. actual occupation ending in consonant. 예요. actual occupation ending in vowel. 예요.
No, I'm not occupation. I'm actual occupation. Imagine you're Eugene Eom, a student. Mingyu asks you if you're a teacher.
선생님. 선생님. 선생님.
Say, no, I'm not a teacher. I'm a student. Ready?
아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 학생이에요.
No, I'm not a teacher. I'm a student.
아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 학생이에요.
Let's look at some more examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 투자가예요. 아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 투자가예요.
아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 학생이에요. 아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 학생이에요.
아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 엔지니어예요. 아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 엔지니어예요.
아니요. 간호사가 아니에요. 의사예요. 아니요. 간호사가 아니에요. 의사예요.
아니요, 학생이 아니에요. 선생님이에요. 아니요, 학생이 아니에요. 선생님이에요.
아니요. 바리스타예요. 아니요. 바리스타예요.
Did you notice how the last speaker omits part of the response?
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
아니요. 바리스타예요.
No, I am a barista.
아니요. 바리스타예요.
When directly responding to someone's question, it's often possible to omit part of the response. Here, by simply answering
아니요.
no, there is no need to say,
학생이 아니에요.
I'm not a student. This pattern is
아니요. Actual occupation ending in consonant. 이에요. 아니요. Actual occupation ending in vowel. 예요.
no, I'm actual occupation. You should be aware of this pattern, but for this lesson, we'll use the pattern.
아니요. occupation ending in consonant. 이 아니에요. 아니요. occupation ending in vowel. 가 아니에요.
No, I'm not occupation.
Actual occupation ending in consonant. 이에요. Actual occupation ending in vowel. 예요.
I'm actual occupation. Let's review the key vocabulary.
선생님,
Teacher,
선생님, 선생님. 엔지니어,
engineer,
엔지니어, 엔지니어. 간호사,
nurse,
간호사, 간호사. 의사,
doctor,
의사, 의사. 바리스타,
barista,
바리스타, 바리스타.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say investor? 투자가, 투자가. And how Mingyu-moon says, I am an investor. 투자가예요. 투자가예요. Do you remember how to say student? 학생, 학생. And how Mingyu-moon says, I'm not a student. 학생이 아니에요. 학생이 아니에요. Do you remember how to say no? 아니요. 아니요. Do you remember how Mingyu-moon says, no, I'm not a student. I am an investor.
아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 투자가예요.
아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 투자가예요. Do you remember how Mark Morris asks, are you a student? Remember, Mark uses formal Korean.
학생이에요?
학생이에요? Do you remember the word for teacher? 선생님, 선생님. And the word for engineer? engineer, engineer.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Mark Morris, and you're an engineer. Respond to Mingyu's question. Ready?
선생님이에요?
아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 엔지니어예요.
Listen again and repeat.
아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 엔지니어예요. 아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 엔지니어예요.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Eugene Aom, and you're a student. Ready?
선생님이에요?
아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 학생이에요.
Listen again and repeat.
아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 학생이에요. 아니요. 선생님이 아니에요. 학생이에요.
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Sophie Kim, and you're a teacher. Ready?
학생이에요?
아니요. 학생이 아니에요. 선생님이에요.
Listen again and repeat.
아니요, 학생이 아니에요. 선생님이에요. 아니요, 학생이 아니에요. 선생님이에요. This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Well done! Now you know how to talk about your occupation in Korean. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.